But Senator, okay, Honorable, let me bring you into the conversation now. General Musa, what do you make of that man? Good choice, round peg in round hole, would you say?
I agree in total. If you check the pulse of the nation, I think in recent time, this is one of the most popular, is the most acceptable, or the most widely accepted appointment of the present government. So, his pedigree is not questionable, his expertise is not questionable. I've been one of those who believe that we should not over-politicize defense. You cannot take away politics from any human endeavor. However, the idea of bringing people who have no background in security to man the defense ministry is questionable. It must not be a security personnel per se, but it must be an academia, a professor who is inclined to those specifics. But you just bring somebody who has no knowledge of that area. So I agree.
Yeah, just like a lot of people will say, I mean, you can't even have a non-lawyer as the Attorney General of the Federation, the Minister of Justice. Just like you will, it's going to be disastrous if you go and bring an engineer to be the Minister of Finance. Those are technical areas, and such as security. You've got to find someone who is. But this man is fresh from the oven. This man, from tactical to operational, grew to the very highest level, and now, just a few weeks after retirement, is being drawn. Do you think it will have? I mean, well, these are his juniors who are now service chiefs, but then the person, the man that you know as a Christopher Musa, do you think he has that kind of charisma to be the one to lead as a Minister of Defense?
Don't forget that the military is purely regimented. So naturally, issue of command structure is not, it's not an issue. And the little I know, being the former CGS, it's natural that they will respect him. However, we must go beyond that. These are just the cosmetics check. Is there the will? What can the Chief Minister of Defense do when you have your troops being infiltrated by the so-called repentant Boko Haram? It's absurd. I'm hearing for the first time anywhere in the world where you find people who have killed soldiers, brought in to fight on their side. Who told you that they didn't surrender because you overpowered them? What gave you the conviction that you could? So we have a lot to do. Politics, among the fiscal personnel, and the will of government. We are where we are today because when this thing started, we deliberately played politics with it. People were looking at who is in power, who is not in power. I will come back to 2014. The North is complicit. The North played a major role in giving these people feathers and what have you. At that particular time, it was seen as an opportunity of throwing out Jonathan. And people play a lot of politics with it. And that is where we are today. So if we are genuinely sincere that we want to get out of this, we must be dispassionate, we must be sincere with ourselves, we must make sure no human being, no Nigerian will be above the law. If you cross the line, you're gone. So we must get the necessary political backup to do what is right.
Yeah.
That is the question.
And those who will say the handling of the emergence or the origin of Boko Haram has led us to where we are. If you remember, what year was this? When Abdul Muttalib strapped himself with explosive on an aircraft. A lot of Nigerians said, that is not the DNA, that is not the trait, that is not that's not Nigeria. Few years later, people were strapping bombs around their waist and bombing markets, bombing churches, bombing mosques.
I am from Kogi. I'm from Kogi West. It's a daily thing now. And I remember in 2016, 17, 18, when there was this unrestricted movement of people into Kogi West in the name of trying to be in this good book of the center. And we questioned, we cautioned, we warned. Majority of these guys are not Nigerians. It is natural that those who come from outside without being unnecessarily harsh on them, would not have the blood and the DNA of protecting your home. What do I have to lose? So the political actors must be sincere in their decision. Mr. President, are you sincere? You want to get this out? Are you sincere you can sacrifice your political inclination or your ambition to make sure that innocent blood are no more shed? Can Musa look at you in the face and say, Mr. A.M., you are highly influential, who are highly politically, influential to your government, are culpable. I want to take them down.
And you see what happened to the lawmakers today. They disagreed. It shows that the temperature of the nation is being felt. When they say, bow and go, the questions are, the rest say, no, we must be able to take on this man. He must be able to show us that he can take up this job. And it shows that these people really are feeling the heat from the average person in the society. But the big question is, there are fundamental things that this man has to face. We need to go to the root of the problem. We need to tackle infiltration.
Are you just making the head change?
Yeah.
What about the structures, the command structure? What about the commitment? What do you do with the information that comes from security? Intelligent information. What do you do with them?
This man he has a lot on his plate.
There is a lot.
If you are to set an agenda for him, what do you think that this man is going to be up against? Immediately.
He is going to be against his own immediate constituency. He is ready to look at them in the face and tell the politicians too, hey, I'm a professional. We need to do this. How is it possible that somebody gives an order for the military to move out of the place they were manning, and few minutes later, the band is struck? Who? We've heard a lot. I'm privileged to be in the house for 12 years. And I've heard in committees where military personnel will tell you who had the signal, were to move on them and were asked not to. Who? So, let me tell you sincerely, we are just a joke. No nation, I repeat, you can't find this level of insurgency in the nation if the system is not compromised. Our system are compromised from head down. Are we sincere with ourselves? Does we need the Donald Trump to give us a wake-up call? Okay, let's even agree. Let's give a wake-up call. Are we ready and sincere? Are we ready not to play politics with it?
Yeah.
It must not be about 2027. It must be a genuine commitment to say this must come to an end.
Quickly, let me get to Senator Marafa. Senator Marafa, yeah. Senator, give me a moment. Honorable, these are heavy allegations, heavy comments made by Senator Marafa, and he's from that area, and he knows very well. But how do we meander? How do we overcome all of these messy and very murky situation we have found ourselves security-wise?
Political will. Can Mr. President stand up to these challenges? Can he decide to say...
Are there people who are looking bigger than the society itself?
It is the society
I'm hearing
that makes it...
There are people, names of terrorists, they will name names, we never see names. Are there people who are bigger than this country and bigger than the law?
We made them bigger than the country. They are not bigger than the country. It is natural that when you do a thing and there's no consequence, you do it again. When it started, nobody believed it to get to this level. But there are people, like he said, who are making money from this mining, who believe that they must create this chaotic situation to create a safe haven for themselves. Then the bandits are armed. Initially, they are armed to protect their industry. You now have another group operating in another area. So you now have armies being formed by these business
non-state actors.
Those state actors to create safe haven for themselves. Then in the course of that, they will go into communities, because naturally, when you go to a community where there is gold or what have you, the communities want to be part of the beneficiaries of these things. But when you chase them out, you overpower them. Nobody. And the government makes nothing directly. So they take these things out. But it still boils down to, hey, are we saying that, like he said, the DSS, the MI, and what have you, with the investment we have in them, have no information about what is going on? No. So what we are saying is that, are we ready to fight this now?
All right, give me
General Musa is capable. Can we sincerely give him all the backing he needs to fight this?
Honorable, we're totally out of time. What should we be doing now?
First of all, give the Minister of Defense every necessary support he needs, flush out of the system those found culpable or compromising our structure, stop patting on the back, Boko Haram, SWAP or whatever arrested, make a statement to the world that you really want to curb insecurity. With the moment there's that conviction, at the moment those who are on the other side, who perpetrate this, know that there are consequences to their action, you've won the war halfway.
All right.